It's 14 years this year.
Wow.
Since you and I met. Through personal loss, really, and a lack of integrity in the people that we trust in the legal and finance profession that let my family down, I knew I wanted to make a difference.
Welcome to the New Leaf podcast, and today I'm joined by Shane Fox.
Massive setback in my life. I got diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah, I remember it.
Just before my final exam. So that was the end of 17, and I was told it was terminal, no surgery possible.
We're going to understand how he got through his cancer to become the most successful IFA in New Leaf history.
I remember the diagnosis and driving home. And on the way home, I organised attorneys, powers of attorney, my will. The love of my life was in bits. And in that journey, I organised my life to get back, which is what I tell everybody else to do.
So how many wills have you written? How many LPAs have you written? How many trusts have you written?
Oh, my Lord.
Since then, 14 years.
1,200 families. Wow. Between 1,400 and 1,600 wills, 2,000 LPAs, 300 trusts. I've seen full circle now.
You must be the most prolific estate planner in the UK. Listen in and stay with us for this amazing, emotional and wonderful session. It's a privilege to be joined today by none other than the legend, Shane Fox, who has become one of my closest friends, like a brother to me. He's a Christian, he's a faithful man, and I trust him. I would buy from him. I think he's amazing, and I want to hear your story, man. I want to hear your story. Can you tell us a little bit about what's been going on?
So it's 14 years this year.
Wow.
Since you and I met. Through personal experience, I was looking, through personal loss really, and a lack of integrity in the people that we trust in the legal and finance profession that let my family down. I knew I wanted to make a difference. I knew what my why was without even realising what a why was, but I had no clue of how. And I searched and I searched and I searched, and I was given your number, and I remember ringing you. We had a great chat, and I said, I'm coming for a coffee. And you remember you saying, I'm in Southend. And I went, blimey, I'm in Sheffield at the moment. I'll see you in the morning. Yeah. And we drove down overnight, stayed in a okay hotel. We'll say no more.
I remember.
And we met in that broom cupboard in Southend.
My broom cupboard?
Your broom cupboard, because everybody had pinched the office space.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And that was the day of the rest of my life.
Who was the first person you met?
Laser.
Tell us about that.
Laser, yeah. I rang this doorbell on this door that was battered. And I thought, why have they got a steel cover on a door? I think this is strange.
I still don't know to this day why there was a steel cover on that door.
And then they opened the door and there was this dog. And I'm thinking, okay, this is part of the interview capacity. So I met Laser.
7 stone.
Right.
7 stone dog.
7 stone dog, yeah. But, you know, when you're 23 stone and 6'9", that's okay. So met Tina, your lovely wife. Then met Sarah. I thought, this is nice. This is a family concern going on here. There was a family feel, really, really friendly and welcoming. I had no idea what I'm doing there. And then I was ushered into a broom cupboard where I couldn't sit down without closing the door first.
What happened next?
We discussed wills, estate planning, training. We discussed your 2-week course, which was brilliant then. And I wrote you a cheque there and then.
And you became?
I became an estate planner, will writer, threw myself into everything estate planning so I could learn. I'm an engineer by trade. I had no idea. You want me to build an oil rig or a coal cutting machine? I'm your man. Estate administration? Not a clue, but a lot of people were asking me a lot of questions in the industry that I'd fell into in mobility, and it's all relevant. People were losing their houses, people were losing care, no powers of attorney. I didn't know what a power of attorney was until I needed it, and then we hadn't got it.
Amazing.
So roll the clock forward.
Well, let's stay on the will writing. So
Okay.
how many wills have you written? How many LPAs have you written? How many trusts have you written?
Oh, my Lord.
Since then, 14 years.
1,200 families.
Wow.
Between 1,400 and 1,600 wills, 2,000 LPAs, 300 trusts. Wow. I've seen full circle now.
You must be the most
Probate.
prolific estate planner in the UK.
I doubt
Certainly
that very
one
much.
of them. Oh, come on.
Doubt that very much.
You always do yourself down in that sense. You've done so much business.
Yeah, I've won 2 major awards with New Leaf in estate planning. When I remember starting day one and looking people writing 20 wills a month and thinking, how am I ever going to get to 20 mils a month?
And how many did you do now? Or at your peak?
I wrote 18 last Sunday. I had to go in
It's ridiculous.
to catch up
It's
because I'm a little bit swamped at the moment.
But you're also this incredible powerhouse IFA that's been transformed into, well, the number one in New Leaf. That you are the number one pure IFA in New Leaf, 100%. I knew it would happen. I told you it would happen. And you've done it. But tell this audience how they write 12,000 wills? How many is
Yeah.
it?
No, 1,200 families, 1,400 families,
So how many wills is that? Thousands.
thousands.
Tell this audience how you do that.
Well, let's go back to the beginning then. You convinced me to make a bold jump following the sad loss of my mother, where I tried to recover a family will and I couldn't, and Principle was born. It was born by Sam, my rock, really, that should be sitting here at the side of me. But
Yeah, she is your
she
rock,
said,
isn't she?
instead of going on about your moral compass, you should go on your own, listen to Mark, get an office, and the name should be Principle. And Principle was born.
Brilliant.
So we made that bold step.
From adversity, losing your mum.
Losing my mum, losing
the
my
name.
dad,
Yeah, came the
coming
name.
up with a name.
Beautiful name,
Let
isn't it?
down by the legal profession, let down by the finance profession. Sitting in a cupboard with 2 desks, 1 phone, no clients.
Amazing.
And I got hit with a, can you remember I got hit with a garden leave order?
Yes.
You're not allowed to trade. You can't take money. Because I was doing some training at the time with Life Chart. So there you go. And it was there. We were talking on the phone to yourself, and then I was speaking to Sam, and we talked about community. I've been coaching kids, using sport to break down barriers, running school initiatives, running charity initiatives. We ran young leaders, which became young rugby ambassadors. We were award-winning all over the country, invited to Buckingham Palace for rewarding working with children. We don't talk about this. And I went, there's my client base.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we started working with families in the community.
Yeah.
And it's at a time where it's a privilege.
Yeah.
Because they're at their most needy and they need honest, transparent advice that they can trust.
Yeah.
And it's not there. And patterns start to form.
Yeah.
And I kept seeing these patterns and I didn't know what to do with them. I'm a will and an estate planner. That's all I know.
Yeah.
And then we did a blueprint course. Do you remember that first blueprint?
I do, yeah.
I wrote in big letters across the top, pattern, knowledge, know-how. And it suddenly dawned on me that financial advice and estate administration should be conjoined.
Yes.
Light bulb moment.
Yeah. So what happened?
So we signed up, as you know. We started going through our FISRI training. I remember one of your trainers, Mr. Band, telling me, you'll fly this. So many questions on estate administration. None. I thought I'd been jinxed. I thought somebody's actually run the examiners and said, he does estate planning, take all the questions out.
You passed it, though.
Passed, yeah. Passed
Easy.
it.
First time.
So working our way through DIP-FA, really with the passion of bringing that together. Compassionate estate planning with regulated finance advice.
Within the Acres of Diamonds community.
Within our community,
Yes.
within the New Leaf family.
Yeah. But you did, I think a lot of advisors, they go running around all over the place trying to get business.
But they're trying to chase the deal. Stop chasing the deal. Stop chasing the transaction.
What
This
do you
is
mean?
not a transactional
What do you mean by that?
Too many people look at, if I do A, I will get B and I will earn C. Close the book, finish, move on.
Right.
Create the touch points. You know, create that mindset where you're going to work with that family across all of the levels. And if you can't deliver it, there's somebody in New Leaf family that can. Share that lead.
Yeah.
It's about the client. It's not about the money. People before pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I've always said? What you give out one day will come back threefold.
Yeah.
If this is bad, you'll get bad. If this is nonchalant, you're transactional, what do you expect to get back? Nothing.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about that family and making a difference, they'll make a difference to you.
Yeah.
Firmly, firmly believe that. Unfortunately for me, just before my exam, I don't know if you want me to mention this or not, massive setback in my life. I got diagnosed with cancer
Yeah, I remember it.
just before my final exam. So that was the end of 17, and I was told it was terminal, no surgery possible, unless I didn't want to eat, drink and breathe for myself again, which at the time, fully active coach, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
And I went through a period of treatment that was horrendous, you know.
I remember it very well.
What an NHS we have, they were amazing.
Yeah.
If you ever need an advert for private medical insurance, if there's any specialists out there, I'll gladly give you an interview, because I was very lapsed. I hadn't put things in place until too late, and without knowledge, needed them, they weren't there for me.
So this is quite typical of people who are in an industry not to look after themselves.
There you go. We look after everybody else and we forget ourselves. I remember the diagnosis and driving home. And on the way home, I organised attorneys, powers of attorney, my will. The love of my life was in bits. And in that journey, I organised my life to get back, which is what I tell everybody else to do.
Can I ask a question? How did you feel when you were driving back? What was going through you?
Almost I was admitting that this was it, but if it's going to take me, I'm going to fight. Don't blow any smoke. I'm not interested. Bring it on. Let's have a go. And I went through a hellish diagnostics. This is where insurance comes in. I had to fund it. I had to find the money for it. But with it, you get diagnostics. You get it quick, and it gets to the NHS. Don't knock the NHS. They're amazing. But you've got to get there. So I remember meeting Dr. Peel, and I said, Dr. Peel, don't blow any smoke. As it is, whatever you need me to do, I'll have a good go at it. And we bonded, and he was amazing. And he rang me up and he said, we found out your tumour's viral. I'll give you 50-50 now instead of 15%. I said, I'll take that. That's a 35% increase, and I've not started yet.
This is the positivity that saved your life.
Oh, amazing.
Your positivity.
Amazing. Yeah, and
your
I worked
own
through
positive
it.
mental attitude.
I worked through it until I couldn't work anymore. I remember you ringing me on my first day of treatment, and I said, hi, Mark, how are you? Do you mind if I ring you back? And you said, how'd your treatment go? I said, can I ring you back? I'm just with clients.
Well, I can tell you.
I won't repeat what you said, because you won't want to record that. But the middle word was something, and the last word was I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Well, I know that you were doing 5 appointments per day whilst you were going through that horrendous treatment. 5 appointments per day. Wills and the IFA side was starting to happen, wasn't it, for you? Tell us about that journey.
I was getting ready for the last exam, and therefore, because I hadn't qualified, I was passing the leads through to your advisors.
Oh, I remember that.
Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
So,
yeah. Good old Keith.
So I'm 5 weeks into treatment.
Keith it was, wasn't it? Our oldest advisor who's still with us, 81.
Keith came up.
81.
We looked after him. Sam fed him his wonderful food that Dan's experienced, and you turned down. We'll just have a dig
I
there.
don't think so. We go out for dinner all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But so we did a lot of work around that. 5 weeks of my treatment, I got a call from the LSA, the local sports authority, and they said, you do know you are our compare? I'm sorry, I'm 5 weeks into my cancer treatment. I don't look very good. I look slightly sunburned. And they said, no, please come down on Wednesday night. And I presented the awards to 500 kids in a hall.
Because you are a massive coach of young women, aren't you, in the sport? You don't.
I am now. I was at the end, the Vixens. Some amazing ladies. And it was
Incredible.
great to see some of them on the telly at the weekend.
You've given so much back to people. So just bringing this back into that transition from being an estate planner with no experience whatsoever, having cancer, fighting cancer, and then becoming a IFA. What happened then?
So 2018, I finally managed, I was well enough to go and sit my exam. I got my exam. You came up February 19th.
You poor thing, you had me as a supervisor back then.
You told me.
It's ridiculous.
I misunderstood the message. He said, you've got 4 firsts and 4 seconds to do, and I'm with you next Friday. I went, blimey. I said to Sam, I've got to have 4 first meetings booked for next weekend.
You're supposed to do it over a year. You're supposed to do first 4 meetings over a year.
We met 2:00 Friday afternoon in the Leicester Hilton. We did a debrief. You said, I'm comfortable that you understand the paperwork, the process. I like where you're coming from of how we'll carry out fact-finding, which I love. And you said, right, we're going for dinner now because we've got an appointment tomorrow. I went, no, you've got an appointment tonight and you've got 3 appointments tomorrow. And we did 4 first meetings in
That is historic.
one evening and a Saturday.
That is unique and historic.
Yeah, it was amazing. And 4 weeks later, through our wonderful paraplanning team, we learned how to process a file, get it into paraplanning so it's fit for purpose, so that it would come out easily.
Yeah.
And you said, I'll come back and do a second with you. And I went, no, I've booked all 4.
Yeah, I remember.
And over 2 days, we did 4 second meetings. And then you followed me for a month, and then you said, you're ready.
Oh, you're brilliant, man.
Ready, and you're off.
You're
and
natural.
It was community.
Yeah.
And supporting in community and families and starting to overlap the 2 businesses that's our touch point. That makes us unique.
Yeah, you're an incredible human being. I mean, you're a big guy, but you're a big personality, and you've overcome cancer. You've beaten it. You've overcome all the challenges in your life. The loss of your parents was really hard for you. All of that. What would you say to someone who's in that position right now, getting that bad news? Bad news about cancer. You know, it can be someone listening right now, not just about financial services, about helping someone get through.
So don't fall for the trap of the people that you think are your friends, and reach out, because
What does that mean?
you almost feel dirty.
Right.
I'm ill. Why am I ill? What is wrong with me? And the people that you think are your friends cross the road.
Wow.
They don't cross the road because they don't like you. They don't know how to speak to you.
Yeah.
They don't know what to say, and you become insular.
Okay.
When you're on the wards, I remember there was a girl in front of me. She couldn't have been more than 12. And I thought, if you can do this with that attitude that I'm watching, so can I.
Yeah.
Then I got within a group, and I started to try and lift the group.
Yeah.
And the wives were bringing their husbands over to Sam and going, can you get your husband? We're not married, but we're engaged. But can you get him to come and speak to my husband?
Wow.
You know, he's got a horrible taste. He won't drink. He won't try and eat. He's stopped talking. He won't do this and he won't do that. And I found myself trying to go round and rally them up. And that's how I live my life.
Just pure positivity.
If you can help somebody,
Yeah.
they will help you.
Yeah.
You've got to carry that growth mindset into life, into your community, into everything you do. And stop looking at people as a transaction. Stop looking at them as a pound note, because you don't know.
Yeah.
And from our, you know the story, we helped some people that were in probably a distressful position. And from it, our biggest opportunity came where we got to help a number of people that were facing a traumatic time at Christmas with families. And that turned us around.
Man, you're amazing. What does it take to be successful as a financial advisor, in your opinion? I mean, because there's so many people that do it. They do it well. They do it okay. They earn 100 grand, they earn 150 grand. But here you are, sitting just a few years on, literally. How much you got under management now? Just a few years
I
on?
think we hit 35 million yesterday.
35 million in how many years?
I wrote my first piece of business in February 2019.
Wow. So it's literally 5 years. And the only way for that is to go up, 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 because you've got your funds under management.
Our next chapter's ready.
Yeah.
Our next chapter's
Can't wait
ready.
for
I've
our
learned.
strategy meeting.
I'm now revisited Blueprint 5 and my notes, and it's almost like I'm following the crest of a wave, and I rebuff what you tell me and I think about it, and then we go back and then we do it. And then I rebuff what you tell me and then we go back and then we do it. And it's that marriage of how to run an advisory business with a network that really is your twin. You know how twins think?
Yeah.
And so you try and fight it. Now I can do this, and I can do this.
Yeah.
Stop reinventing the wheel. So don't chase the pound. Build trust, build a presence, make a difference. Find out how to work with your network. I mean, and if you're thinking of a network, don't bother. Just give Mark a ring or Dan and get into New Leaf. Because
Thank you for that. That's
it's
very
a
kind.
family. It's a family that will help you. When your chips are down, they'll be there to pick you up. When you're up, they won't pull you down. And they'll always know who you are, and they'll always try and improve. So if you work with that and not work against it, you'll improve quicker. So I've got to learn, my next lesson is delegation, letting go. I can't do it all myself. We've built a fantastic team now.
Yeah.
We put a complete halt to what we do in December last year. We're actually listening to a gentleman's podcast who's not too far away.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about mindset and growth, and I thought, it's my brother.
Who's that, Mr. Sam Oakes?
Mr. Sam Oakes over there.
Yeah, he thinks he's somebody, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's all right.
I'm not sure.
I think he's all
I'm
right.
getting used to him.
I think there's a Mark Hobbs, Dan Hobbs, Sam Oakes synergy there that'll bust.
Oh, don't say that. There's
That'll
enough
set the
going
world
as it
on
is.
fire. That'll set the world on fire. Thank you, Sam, by the way. But we went back to basics to build the process, to build the people. What we were doing before was recruiting to fill a seat.
Yeah.
Knock that on the head. I don't want to fill a seat. Build the
Fill a
process.
seat.
Fill a seat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
just
I need
someone
somebody
just to bum
there,
on the
so there's
seat.
somebody in
Yeah,
the seat.
yeah.
And you're helping a family member or somebody that, or not even a family member, a friend.
Yeah.
Will you help this? Will you help that? Yes. No, stop.
Yeah.
Build the process. Create the process. Fill the seat with the process of the person that matches your morals.
And you've got Dinter, you've got
Amazing.
others coming through I can't name.
I can't name one, but there's
Quite
going to be a
high
major
profile.
announcement in 4 weeks.
I have met her.
Brilliant.
High profile catch, good signing. Can't wait to see her
Amazing.
fly. That's
Lottie.
You've got Lottie.
Lottie,
Got a
fantastic.
mortgage broker. You've got your Sam, who's your rock. Everything else.
Rock.
But the thing that I find is the most powerful in this conversation is as follows. Your 35 million AUM is in walking distance of your
Yeah, a lot
blinking
of it.
house. Literally.
95% of it is in the community and the 5 is across the country.
And that's why you're my role model, because I have for years said, if you start a financial services practice, why don't you dump the car and actually walk out of your house and go and have a chat with people you know, your community.
Build the community and build the people you know.
And that's what you've done. You've done it beautifully. I don't think you bought a lead, have you?
Never.
No.
Never.
Some people buy leads very
Never
successfully.
bought a lead, never pinched a piece of business. I didn't come out of financial services with a bank of clients that I'm going to poach. Organic, New Leaf way, taught from day one. Yeah. Every client is organic. Every client is a family. And there are people you can't satisfy. I wish them all the best. We're at the stage now where we can do that, but it all to the basic. I've never, ever asked anybody, well, how much money have you got? Pre-qualified a financial limit. And from that, and from a will, 12 weeks ago, and I can say this now, we just landed a 1.59 million client from a will who was told by his advisor, he won't ask you anything about money. Solicitors don't care. They just write a basic one-page will. Then he met me.
Yeah.
So he rules the day he came through the door. But there you go.
I think we're getting the message that you've got to be a will writer or have a will
absolutely.
writer in your practice so that your discovery meeting will get all the detail of all the money, where it is, so you can actually give fantastic advice.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Protect the family and the generations. And, you know, if you bring technology in now, some of the tech that you're bringing in is fantastic. It will help bring transparency. Yeah. It will increase that communication. It will allow you to measure more accurately. And in our case, it'll allow us to help more families while retaining what we're about. Yeah. The 10% human at the beginning, the 10% human at the end, the speed and clarity of process. That customers love transparency. Yeah. Consumer duty is all over transparency. Well, there you go. Yeah. If you structure your process correctly, you're right on point. Yeah. Your timing's right. And in the next 5 years, if you're not in estate administration with financial services, I said it to you, Mark, you're missing a trick.
You wouldn't let me sell that will writing business, would you?
No. Glad you didn't.
To keep it going, didn't
Glad you didn't.
Yeah,
best move you ever made.
It was a good move. So as we conclude this meeting and we talk about sort of turning over a new leaf, and let's say turning over a new leaf in financial services, what's your new leaf that you're going to turn over now?
This meeting and this invite has never been more on point for me.
Okay.
The timing is perfect. I told you we revisited Blueprint 5. We've rebuilt the process. We're now scalable. Where I want to be, we've got the system where you can duplicate with our support and mentorship and the family of New Leaf what I've done over the last 5 years with Sam. Yeah. And now we're going to help other people achieve it. Amazing. So I've got to learn to delegate. I can't do it all myself. Well done. The right people in the right position. It's no longer an advisory service. It's a brand. It's a business. Next scale. So 5 year, 100 million under management minimum.
How much?
Me plus 4, 100 million under management.
Wow.
Million.
By the end of next
minimum.
year?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah. Well, you know that'll
You're a miracle worker. I thought it was next year.
Well, it was 20 million under target for Christmas just gone, and we've just hit 35. So.
Listen, we're seniors. We're 60 odd. You're a little bit older than me, which is great.
Only just.
What would be your message to the seniors that want to come into financial services now? You know, someone who's 55, 60, 65.
And what are they doing?
They're in business, they've sold their business or something like that. They want to come fresh into the industry. Would you recommend it?
Absolutely. Okay, it's a breath of fresh air. If you want to make a difference, depends what you want. If you want to make a difference to people and families, you've got a growth mindset and you're positive, you need a home that will help you.
Yeah.
You can find us, give me a call, or you can ring Mark Hobbs and find New Leaf. And there's a home there and they'll handhold you every step of the way.
Brilliant. Shane, you are my hero.
Nah, love you.
Thanks for being here today. I love you too.
And a grateful mindset. I wouldn't be here without you. Without you and without Sam, I